So, one of the biggest misconceptions out there is that the only thing you need is a good credit score. That is completely false. Do you know that you can still get denied a loan, an auto loan, getting a house? Do you know that you can still get denied all of those things even with a good credit score? That is correct. In today's video, I'm going to share with you exactly what lenders are looking for. Okay. Because what you need to do is have an overall good credit profile. So it's not just about your credit score. You can have a great credit score, but if your credit profile is too thin, you'll still get denied. So in this video right here, I'm going to share with you strategies to not only increase your credit score, but to increase your overall credit profile. So that way you can be a good candidate that lenders will want to lend to. So watch this video all the way to the end. So that way you can get everything that you need to build your overall credit profile. Okay, so let's dive straight into it. So once again, having a good credit score is not enough. Okay. So you can have a 780 credit score, you can have an 800 credit score. But if your overall credit profile is not what the lender is looking for, you will still get denied, even with having a 750, a 780 credit score. I can guarantee you that. All right. So, what you need to do, you need to build a solid, strong overall credit profile. And having just a good credit score is not enough. Okay. The reason why you'll get denied, even with a good credit score, is simply because your credit profile is too thin. So let's dive into how to actually build out your overall credit profile. So that way, lenders won't say your credit profile is too thin. So follow these steps right here. I'm giving it to you verbatim. So, what do you need to do? You need to have 7 to 10 primary accounts that are all in good standing. Okay. This is how you build a solid credit profile. Okay. And obviously, if you have a good, solid credit profile, then your credit score is going to automatically increase. Okay. So if you just focus on building out your credit profile, your overall credit score will increase. Okay. So what you need to do, you need to have at least 7 to 10 primary accounts that are all in good standing. The different type of credit accounts that you can have are revolving credit, installment credit, secured credit, and unsecured credit. Okay, so let's dive deep into each one of these so that way you can know exactly the type of credit these are. Let's get into it. Revolving credit. Now, this type of credit allows you to repeatedly use and repay credit up to a set limit, right? And it does offer flexibility in payments. So, for example, you having a credit card, right? If you're a homeowner, then you know that you have your home equity line of credit. These are two examples of what revolving credit is, okay? Another type of credit, installment credits, right? This is pretty much when you have a specific sum of money that you have to pay back, okay, over a period of time. All right. And that period of time is already predetermined. For example, your car note, right? Having an auto loan, right? So when you went to go buy your car, you had a specific time period to pay back the money for the car, right? Now, obviously, that amount probably did include interest, right? But whatever that interest was, whatever your monthly payments are, you have a preset amount of time to pay back that amount. Okay. So your monthly car note is a good example of what installment payments are or installment credit is. Your mortgage, student loans, personal loans, all these are going to be examples of installment payments where you have a certain amount that you borrowed plus interest. You pay back whatever that amount is over time monthly for a set period of time. Make sense? All right. So a secured loan, secured credit. Now, this type of loan is where you pledge an asset, like a house or a car, as collateral to the lender. So that way, if you fail to pay back that loan for whatever reason, that lender can seize and sell your assets. So that way they can recover the loss. Okay. So great examples of this is going to be mortgages, auto loans, and life insurance loans. And for those who don't know, life insurance loans is pretty much when you have a life insurance policy that you can borrow against. So typically with a whole life policy, you have a lot of benefits. And one of the benefits that you have with the whole life insurance policy is that you can borrow against the money if, if hard times fell upon you. Okay? So if you needed, access to money very quickly, you didn't want to use your credit to go get a credit card or to go get a loan from a bank, then if you have a whole life insurance policy, you can borrow against the money that you already have in that policy. Now, you do have to pay it back, okay? But again, it's a benefit that allows for you to get access to money very quickly. Okay, makes sense? And then unsecured, right? Now, an unsecured loan is pretty much the opposite of a secured loan, right? So if it's unsecured, that means that you do not have to put up collateral in order to get access to this money, right? There's no collateral that is required for the lender to lend you money. Okay. And so good examples of these is a credit card, right? If you went to whatever bank that you have and you apply for a credit card, 9 times out of 10, that credit card is going to be an unsecured credit, right? Because the bank is going to factor in different things like your credit history, your income, right? In order to qualify you versus qualifying you based off of your collateral. Does that make sense? Now, the third point is that once you have at least 7 to 10 primary accounts that are all in good standing, and again, we just went over the type of primary accounts that you can get. Okay. Now, once you do that, the next step is to ensure that you have no negative items at all on your credit report. Okay. The thing is this: you can have 7 to 10 primary accounts, but if you have anything in collections, if you have any late payments, any derogatories, any negative items on your credit report, you still won't qualify for funding. Lenders are not going to loan to you. Okay. So along with having 7 to 10 primary accounts, you also need to have no negative items whatsoever on your credit report. None, not even one, right? Because I know there's people out there that's like, well, KK, I just got just one thing in collections, but everything else is good. No, ma'am. No, sir. You have to get every single thing that's negative removed from your credit report. Everything. And I said this in my last video. So if you haven't watched my last video, make sure you go back and watch it. Because another big misconception is that you cannot remove things off of your credit report. That is completely false. You can remove anything in collections. You can remove late payments. You can remove negative items, even if you owe the money. Okay? Because it's not about owing the money. You can still owe the money and get it removed off of your credit report. Credit bureaus are not going to tell you this because it does not benefit them, right? But I want you to know you can remove student loans from your credit report. You can remove evictions. You can remove debt. You can remove delinquencies. You can remove all of those things. You can literally remove anything from your credit report. If you don't know how to do that, then you might want to join my community where I pretty much give you all of the strategies to remove negative items from your credit report. So I'll drop the link in the description if you want to join my private community. So that way you can learn step by step how to remove negative items off of your entire credit report. All right. So don't let these credit bureaus fool you. You can remove anything from your credit report. It doesn't matter if you owe the money or not. Okay. So now once you so once you have 7 to 10 primary accounts, all in good standing with no negative items, no collections, no late payments, no derogatories, then your credit profile is good to go. your credit profile is going to be able to qualify for anything. Okay. So that is how you build a solid, strong credit profile. So that way you can have a good credit score along with a good, solid credit profile. So that way you can be the perfect person that lenders will want to lend to. Okay. Now, these are bonuses right here. I'm going to give you guys some bonus, which is why if you made it all the way to the very end of this video, I'm going to give you a treat. All right. So this is how you build your overall credit profile very fast. All right. Because I know you're probably thinking, well, dang, in order to get 7 to 10 primary accounts, that's going to take some time. And you're right. It is going to take time. It takes time to build credit. It takes time to repair your credit, which is why it's always good to start today. Okay. Because it takes time. But if you want to know how to do it on a fast route, then this is how you do it. Utilizing trade lines. Okay. So essentially, trade lines are individual credit accounts like credit cards, loans, mortgages that are listed on your credit report. Okay. They pretty much provide lenders with information about your borrowing and repayment history. So that way they can see if they want to lend you money or not. Okay. Now, the great way to do this is to simply leverage somebody else's credit cards, leverage somebody else's mortgage. So that way their good standing credit can reflect on your credit profile. Does that make sense? Okay. So one of the most popular ones is being an authorized user. Okay. Now, all you have to do is, contact a friend, a family member, a spouse. If they have a credit card, with a good limit, they have good history, they have low utilization, they pay their credit card payments on time each and every month, then you might want to ask them to put you on their credit card as an authorized user. Okay. Because once they put you on their credit card as an authorized user, all of their good history, all of their good payment is going to now reflect on your credit profile. Okay. So you're leveraging somebody else's good standing credit to reflect on your credit report. All right. Now, the only thing about being an authorized user is that unfortunately it does not count as a primary account. Okay. So you remember those 7 to 10 primary accounts that you need. Being an authorized user, it does not show up on your credit profile as a primary account. However, it is still a good strategy to use so that way you can still boost and build your. Now, another good strategy to build and boost your credit profile quickly is, hey, have your rent report to your credit report. Okay? So unlike mortgages, your rent does not report to your credit report. Like, so mortgages, right? We all know that if you own a home, you have a mortgage, we know that that is going to show up on your credit report. However, as far as rent, when you rent, that does not show up on your credit report. All right. So when you rent, there's no benefits that you're getting by paying, by paying your rent on time each and every month, unfortunately. Okay. Unless you have a rental play that will report to your credit report. Okay. Now, again, I do have a rental play where you can pretty much have rent report to your credit report, and it's going to already be backdated for you. Okay. Now, on average, we can backdate it 10 to 12 years. But if you're older, if you're in your 40s, 50s, and up, then we can backdate it 18 years. Okay. So you'll already have that history, right? Because it's going to be backdated. And then it is going to show up on your account as a primary account. Okay. Now, again, if you're interested in this, I'll put the link in the description so that way you can join my private community to get access to this rental play that's only $12 a month. All right. I mean, you're paying for Netflix, you're paying for Hulu, and you're paying more than $12 a month for that. And that stuff is not giving you nothing. Okay. So if you can pay subscriptions every month for entertainment, then why not pay a $12 a month subscription to build and boost your overall credit profile. It just makes sense. Okay. Now, another way that you can build and boost your overall credit profile very quickly are pledge loans, aka secured loan. This is another version of a secured loan. And in layman's terms, what a pledge loan is simply when you're leveraging your cash so that way you can turn your cash into credit that's going to report to your credit report as a primary account. Okay, so you're literally turning your cash into a loan so that way you can pay each and every month and have that additional primary account show up on your credit report. Okay, does that make sense? Because the thing is this, when you go get a secured loan like a mortgage, a car, whatever that is, you have to have credit, right? They're going to pull your credit in order to even get those type of loans. But with a pledge loan, because you're leveraging the cash that you already have sitting in your bank account, you don't have to worry about putting an inquiry on your credit report. You don't have to worry about running your credit. You don't have to worry about any of that. That money that you got sitting in your savings account that's not making you anything, you're actually losing money. So what you need to do is have that money work for you instead of it sitting in a savings account. So that way you can leverage your cash, turn your cash into credit. And then that credit is going to be a loan that you're going to pay the minimum payments on that loan each and every month. And then the great thing about it is that once your payments are over with, that credit now turns back into cash. Okay, so you're still getting your money back. You're going to get your money back. You're not losing money. You're just being strategic by turning your cash into credit. So that way you can have a primary account without having to run your credit. And then once you pay back the entire loan, it now turns back into liquid cash that's going to go back into your bank account. Okay. So it's really simple. All right. And that's how you do it. That's how you build and boost your overall credit report. So that way you can qualify for loans. So you can go get a house, you can go get a car, whatever the case might be. You can now finally have access to capital. Okay. So go out and apply those strategies so that way you can increase your score and also build and boost your overall credit profile. Okay. Now, if you found this information to be valuable, then do me a favor. Go ahead and click that subscribe button. Please like and comment. All right. If you have any feedback for me, I would love to hear it. Because again, I'm not a YouTuber. The only reason why I created this YouTube channel is to pretty much give back. I want to be able to help you reach your destination by giving you strategies that's going to help you with your business. Okay. So show me love. I am not a content creator. I create content as an entrepreneur to be able to share and give back information to you. Okay. So again, if you found this information to be valuable, please subscribe to my channel, like, comment, share feedback. I would love to hear it. Let me know what else you guys want to know about. What else should I talk about on my YouTube channel? So help me so that way I can help you. All right. And again, if you're looking to make passive income online by turning your knowledge into a digital product that you can sell overnight in your sleep and make true passive income, then all you need to do is join my private community of like-minded individuals, entrepreneurs, investors that you can network with, and that you can learn how to turn your knowledge into a digital product where you can make six figures overnight in your sleep. Then what you need to do is tap that link in my description, join my private community. It's literally less than a cup of coffee a day. All right. So I look forward to seeing you on our weekly coaching calls inside of the community. If not, then I'll see you on the next video.